Feel free to start those warm-up questions, kids. Mr. G, what's attendance been looking like for this group throughout the day?
Not too bad.
All right. So at 7, we should probably hang on a minute longer.
Kenyon was their last class.
We'll hope he shows up again. I love Kenyon. He's a great kid, hard worker. Well, kids, we'll give you one more minute to work on the warm-up questions, and then we're going to get set to go because we don't have long. You're all so quiet, Mr. G. I tell you, I feel like I'm alone.
Yeah. And I have a screaming baby on my end. Great.
I see that. No worries. No worries. You take care of that little bumpkin.
Yeah, my brother's trying. He's not having it.
That's life. Those of us who have kids, which I think would be just you and me.
Just you, yeah.
Although maybe they have young brothers or sisters. There are those moments. All right, kids, we're going to get going here. First off, welcome. It's great to see everybody. Today in class, we got a couple things going on. It's Tuesday, November 24th. It's a day 2. We are going to continue our look into friction, namely looking at some different types of friction. No homework other than the standard go outside, enjoy a little screen-free time. It's not a great day outside, little overcast. I don't know if anybody else got snow this morning, but I woke up to a coating of snow on the lawn. So that's melted. It's warming up a little bit. And get outside and get some vitamin S for sunshine. 2 warm-up questions today. What type of surface, rough or smooth, has less friction? What are we thinking, Tyler? What surface do you think has less friction, rough or smooth?
Smooth has less friction.
You are right on there, my main man. Good job. Second question we're looking at. If there was more friction between 2 surfaces, would you expect there to be less heat produced or more? What do we think, Aubrey? Hello, Aubrey. All right, let's try Mr. Abler. What do you think, Matt? Would there be less or more friction if there was, or heat produced, if we're really pushing on 2 surfaces?
There would be more friction.
You are right. You kids want to experience that? Press your hands real light together and rub them, and then press hard and rub them. You'll feel that heat when you press them real hard. That is friction that's causing that heat. One way you can tell that friction is present is when there is heat is generally a byproduct. You want to play a little fun game before you go for your next car trip. Carefully touch the tire, the surface that hits the road, kind of get a sense for its temperature. After the car trip is over, touched again, I can almost guarantee you that surface will be much warmer because of friction. So, questions, comments, or concerns out there from the peanut gallery? All right, you got about 6.5 minutes left, so I got a video for you. And we will look at that now. Is everybody ready?
A world without friction could look like this. Welcome to Math and Science and types of frictional forces with some examples. Friction is the force that opposes the sliding motion to touching surfaces. Friction is caused by microscopic bumps on the surface called microwaves. In this video, we're going to look at...
What was that, Tyler?
It's
I gotta mute myself. I'll get on that.
4 types: static friction,
Thanks,
sliding,
buddy.
which is sometimes called kinetic friction, rolling friction, and fluid friction. Up first, static friction is friction in which 2 surfaces are not moving past each other. Take a look at these kettleballs. They remain stationary as the gentleman is doing push-ups due to friction. This bell, as you ring it, stays in place due to friction. This exercise machine has a couple places where friction comes into play and keeps it stationary. And finally, these cars can remain parked on the hill due to static friction. Next, we have kinetic friction. And kinetic or sliding friction is friction when 2 surfaces slide past one another. Some examples: the sport of curling is perfect for sliding friction. As you move your finger across a mouse pad, sliding friction comes into play. And snowboarding is an example of sliding or kinetic friction. Rolling friction is friction between a rolling object and the surface it rolls on. For example, take a look at this bike tire and the road. The skateboard wheels. This motorcycle tire is very important. Sometimes you have a combination of both. Another example, check out these skateboarders. And finally, let's take a look at fluid friction. And it is friction that occurs when objects move across or through a fluid. And the fluid can include both air and liquid. Some examples: these fish, they are fighting or working with the fluid friction of the water. And sometimes this friction is called drag. This wakeboarder and this airplane, you could say, is going through a sea of air where there is fluid friction. Thanks for watching, and Moo Moo Math uploads a new math and science video every day. Please.
So, who can name me a kind of friction, a type of friction that exists out there? Let's see if we can get them all before we go. The sooner you guys work together to get them, the sooner we're done. Hello, Matt, Aubrey. Oh, Aubrey, go for it. You got to unmute there, my friend.
Oh, what did you say? You were glitching, so I didn't hear you.
That's okay. We are looking for the different kinds of frictions that we learned about in the video. There are a couple different types. Do you know one of them?
No.
Oh, Tatum, what about you? Do you know any type of friction?
No.
That's okay. Kylie, what about you? Hello, Kylie. Do you know what type of friction?
Sandpaper.
Ooh, that's an example of one. That is an example of, I'm not going to tell you the kind of friction. We'll see if someone else can pick it up. Mr. Lamke.
I don't remember.
Oh, come on, Brandy.
Sliding.
Sliding friction is one of them. Yes, sliding or kinetic friction is when 2 surfaces move past each other. So, Kylie, you had talked about sandpaper. That is an example of sliding friction. Very good, Brandy and Kylie working together. Tyler, we got a couple more types we can get. Can you figure out one of them?
Rough friction.
Ooh, not rough friction. How about this? When you swim in water or when you move through the air?
I'll be honest with you here.
Go for it.
I don't really know that one, man.
You were going to say fluid friction, weren't you, Tyler?
Oh yeah, I was definitely gonna say fluid friction, definitely.
Fluid friction, you are right. And the thing that's keeping you all glued to your chair or in one place is called static friction. So if there's no movement, if an object is just sitting one place without moving, that is because of static friction. All right, kids, we'll pick it up from there. Don't forget, tomorrow, check in for our Work Without Me Wednesdays, and we'll go from there. If I don't see you, have a great Thanksgiving, kids.